It was a regular Thursday in a town where nothing ever happens when I noticed something off about my reflection. Not my mirror reflection, my shadow. It was tiny things at first, so subtle I convinced myself I imagined it. I'd reach out with my right hand to open my locker, and the shadows left would move. I tilted my head to tie my hair up, and the shadow tilted the opposite way. I waved at Mr. Barnes from across the hall, and my shadow didn't budge. Then one day, during study hall, my shadow did something that made my stomach twist. It stood up. I wasn't moving. I was still hunched over my trig notes, but my shadow detached from under my chair and walked away. Like it had legs, like it had some place to be. It strolled across the linoleum tiles, gliding among desks like a fog without fog, just darkness in a vaguely human shape. It passed through a beam of sunlight and still had no transparency. Then, just before it disappeared out the door, it turned back and waved. "You good?" asked Ezra from the next desk over. I blinked. "Yeah, I think I forgot something." I grabbed my bag and left without another word. I followed the shadow to the gym, where no one was during that period. It lay on the floor again, as if nothing had happened. It clung to my feet like normal. But it felt different, like it had wanted to bring me here, to be alone. And so I stayed for the rest of the day. I skipped my classes. I sat on the cold gym floor and read from my novel. The shadow didn't move again, just stayed put like an obedient dog. The next morning on my walk to school, I heard it. A whisper. Not external like someone calling from across the street, but internal, like a voice swimming inside my skull. "They don't care about you. They're just waiting for you to mess up again." I froze. The voice had no pitch, just words clear as air. "Maya, wait up!" Ezra again. And Nell. They were jogging up the sidewalk, waving. I didn't wave back. I couldn't. My legs turned. Not on command. The voice was stronger now. "They pretend, because it's easier than being honest. They think you're weird. You talk too much. You overthink everything." My mouth moved. I forgot something. Got to run. I turned and took a different route. They called after me, but I didn't stop. "Smart choice," the shadow said. "They were always going to leave first. This way, you leave them." It made sense. I had been a lot. Too much, maybe. All the complaining, the venting. About my mom, about school, about not knowing who I was or what I wanted. I skipped school the next day. I went to the old railway park with a sketch pad and sat in the sun. The shadow was calm, resting like it was finally where it belonged. A stranger approached after a while. "Hey, got a lighter?" he asked. Maybe 19, older than me, but not by much. The shadow stood up. I watched it closely. It moved toward the guy, slowly, menacingly. Its hand was holding something long and jagged. "I don't smoke," I said quickly, eyes not leaving the shadow. "All right, cool," he said, backing off. No need to glare. I didn't realize I was glaring. My shadow's presence was humming, radiating a silent threat. He left, and I exhaled. I didn't know whether to be thankful or terrified. The voice returned that evening. "You see, the world is full of intruders. They want something from you. Always attention, affection, validation. You give and give until there's nothing left. It wasn't wrong. I stopped replying to messages. My group chat faded. So did my grades. At first, my parents chalked it up to teenage mood swings, but I started losing weight. Not on purpose, I just wasn't hungry. "You're taking up too much space," the shadow said. "Shrink. Be less, until they can't see you." So I did. I measured cereal, then stopped eating it altogether. I counted water. The shadow praised me. It grew stronger every day. My mom dragged me to the doctor when I nearly fainted in the shower, but I faked my way through it. I lied so well it scared even me. That night, the shadow stood at my bedside, hovering, a shapeless thing holding the silhouette of a blade. "You did well today, but don't get sloppy." The weight kept falling off. My vision blurred when I stood up too fast. I started hearing it during class now. "She's laughing at you. That girl behind you. She's laughing," I snapped. "What?" I turned and shouted. Silence. The whole room stared. Even the teacher went still. "Maya," she said gently. Nobody said anything. I packed my stuff and left. In the hallway mirror, my shadow was no longer mine. It was taller, sharper, and its face wasn't mine anymore. Then I met someone I never expected. It was lunch. I was hiding behind the old theater stage, and he was just there. The boy from the railway park. "Hey," he said. "Still got that fierce protector?" I froze. My shadow rose. "I had one too," he said quietly. "Used to believe every word it said." "Liar," my shadow hissed inside me. "He doesn't know. He's manipulating you. You'll regret this." "I know it told you to starve," he added. "Mine told me to bleed." I stopped breathing. He lifted his sleeve. Scars, dozens, a story carved into skin. I thought it was helping. It wasn't. It was killing me slowly. The shadow shifted beside me, restless. It didn't like this. "You don't have to listen. Not forever. Not even today." He held out a granola bar. Just that. No big speech. No pressure. I took it. I cried. And in the corner of my eye, my shadow started to sink back into the earth. It didn't vanish completely. Not yet. But it retreated. That night I ate a full meal. It hurt. But I did it. A week later we met again. Same bench, same time. "I call it the other," he told me. "That voice, that thing." I nodded. "Mine doesn't like you." "I know. That's why I keep showing up." Day by day, the shadow grew quieter. Not gone, but no longer in charge. I started talking to people again. Not many. Just one or two. And I told them the truth. Not everything. But enough. Enough to let some light in. The shadow is still here. On certain days, it creeps closer. On bad days, it whispers. But it doesn't wave anymore. It doesn't leave my feet. I keep a drawing of it in my sketchbook, a figure with eyes like mine, but hollow. Below it, I've written something. "You are not me. You are not my voice. You are not my truth." I still hear it sometimes, but I hear me louder now. And I've decided that's who I'll listen to.